Wait for this one. Wait for
Red.
Yes.
Red. All right, come and get your love. It's KUHS, the stream. We are worldwide. We're just preparing here to go on 35 different platforms. And I do have my guest in studio. We'll introduce her here just in just a little bit. I'll tell you what, I had an opportunity to go to the American Indian Academy of Denver, and we'll find out everything about her. I'm going to let her loose on you guys. It's really important that we tune into this and listen, because we've got our indigenous people. There are a lot in Colorado, and we'll be talking about all that. We're just waiting to go on live on Facebook. Once again, we are KUHS, the stream, and it's yours truly, Paul Chavez, Mr. International, and I know the whole staff at the school are watching right about now, so it's going to be interesting. We're going to have a lot of fun. Henry, we are ready. Let's roll with this. We're just waiting for the light to go on. And this is always cool when you go live on Facebook, because usually you're early or you're late. So in this case, I'm early, and I think we're on. All right. Hi, everyone. It's Paul Chavez, Mr. International, KUHS, the stream. And in studio, we have Dr. Bassinet with me. How you doing, lady?
Good. How about you, Paul?
I'm doing well. You want to get a little closer there to the mic?
Sure.
Okay. Maybe I have the wrong one on. Okay. All right. Let's see.
I look pretty uncomfortable.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. All right. There you go. So I had a chance to meet this doctor here, and I'll tell you what, I'm really impressed. Tell me about yourself first, and what brought you to the school.
Terry Bissonette, Indigenous Ganoje Kaning and Dojaba Makwato Dem. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Terry Bissonette. I just spoke in my Anishinaabe language. I am Ganoje Kaning Anishinaabe from the Great Lakes region, but I grew up here in Denver and went through Denver Public Schools, 1st grade through 12th, and I am a former reading teacher by trade. I am the founder and head of school of American Indian Academy of Denver. We just completed our first year. We did open during the pandemic in remote learning. It was wild. So we're looking forward to being in full in-person and full implementation for our 2nd year.
That is awesome, and that kind of brings us to the school. Whose idea was that?
It was actually mine. As I mentioned, I was a reading teacher, and I worked for a brief period of time as a consultant, and I went and visited the Native American Community Academy down in Albuquerque back in 2015, I believe.
Is that
and
okay.
Yeah, and it is a public charter school authorized through Albuquerque Public Schools. At the time, they were grades 6 through 12, and I sat there. I was on a 2-day site visit there, and thought this is exactly what the Native American students, indigenous students of North America really need here in Denver.
Absolutely. And I'm actually from Albuquerque, so I know a lot about that. I had a Cochiti Indian daughter, half breed, and I see the needs and the needs in that community, and how important it is. Education is just, it should be on top of the list. I think they've been, the indigenous community has been shortened lives because of lack of education and just a lot of different things. So I think it's important what you're doing. So the school itself, what grade levels do you have?
We opened with grades 6, 7, and 8, and then next year we'll be opening our high school. So we'll start with 9th grade. So we'll have 6th through 9th next year.
Nice.
With approximately 150 students. Next year we opened with about 100 students.
That's interesting. That's really interesting. Now, I kind of worked around that area where you're at, and give them the address where you're at.
We're at 1865 West Mississippi Avenue in the former DMV space. A lot of people have gotten their driver's license where our school is. We still have people looking for the DMV. And yeah, it's in between Santa Fe and Federal. Yeah,
all of a sudden I saw some buses and kids out there and everything. I go, what is that? And but taking the little tour in there, I mean, how many classes you got?
We
classrooms?
Yeah, we have 6 classrooms. We were in a hybrid situation. We had to, because of social distancing, we only had 2 big classrooms.
Right.
But we'll have 6 classrooms, and then we'll have 4 classrooms that are currently under construction for our 8th and 9th grade next year.
So besides you, I'm sure there's some other people. You're getting some financial assistance from DPS, I assume, and other.
Actually, Denver Public Schools, they are kind of our fiscal, federal monies go through DPS.
Okay.
We do get state funding because we are a public school.
Right.
So we are a tax-funded entity, and we are a nonprofit.
So
however, we're not in the traditional financial, anything that costs DPS money, we're on our own for. Anything that they want to hold us accountable for, we're a DPS.
Right, right.
So we have the pleasure, and we're really blessed with a lot of private foundation support,
awesome.
and also we get quite a bit of support from the NACA Inspired Schools Network as well.
Nice.
Which is a loose network of schools that are NACA inspired.
That is awesome, because I did notice, I mean, everything is up to date, what you got out there. It seems like things are moving right along. How many teachers you got at school?
We will have, we had 12 teachers. I think we'll have 13 teachers this coming year. And our signature learning experience is indigenized STEAM, so that's science, technology, engineering, art, and math.
Wow.
And the way that I describe it, most STEAM or STEM programs that people are mostly familiar with really kind of describe themselves as preparing students for the jobs of the future. And even though that is a component of our STEAM program, we're really all about reclaiming the genius of our ancestors.
Right.
Because we've always been scientists, we've always been innovators and builders and mathematicians and artists.
True that.
And so, so STEAM really made sense as far as being the kind of the anchor of our curriculum.
Right. That's awesome. Now, once they finish, and obviously you just started, you've been running first year, right? And I guess the ultimate goal is to get them to universities and colleges, right?
It is. So one of the biggest reasons why we chose to open a middle school, and believe me, we've heard from a lot of people when we came up with this idea, don't open a middle school. Middle schools are tough. It's a hard developmental age. It's also they're the toughest schools to fill as far as school choice and enrollment and things like that. However, we were looking at the needs of our community, and we understand, so Denver Public Schools graduates around 50% of their Native American students every year. This is a decades-long problem. The next lowest is usually the Latino population at around 64, 67%.
Right.
And so we really recognize that for our indigenous population, Latino and Native American included, that the graduation rate and the high dropout rate was really the most urgent need. And that really, those efforts to change that really need to start in the 6th grade.
Makes
in
sense.
Middle school, that's where kids start, that's the crossroads. That's where they either start to decide that they can't wait to get out, or they're starting to get pushed out of school.
Right.
And so that's why we decided to open a middle school, is really to address that urgent need.
You know, I was thinking about, my upbringing. I was raised with my grandmother, and school was not like you better go to school kind of thing, or you better learn. It was just go to school, and because my grandparents, they didn't know how to read or write, so I couldn't get help from them. But I noticed that as time went on, parents are getting more involved. I think maybe not enough to help these kids graduate and move on to college. Being in the music industry and providing musical services, I'm seeing more and more Hispanics and Latinos graduating and doing graduation parties, which is from high school and even the college level. You know, it's really interesting. So our main goal for this weekend, what do we got going?
So we are a community-driven, community-led organization, and so we have a lot of community events. So this Saturday we are hosting a celebration of Mexicana culture
Nice.
in the parking lot of our school. And so we're inviting everyone who's listening and
Nice.
our Athmar Park neighborhood to come out, and we will have entertainment. Paul will be there
I'll be
as
there.
a DJ. We'll have some taco trucks, lowrider. We have several car clubs that are coming, maybe some lowrider motorcycles as well.
Nice, nice.
And it's going to be from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday.
That's going to be awesome. It's kind of right before the 4th of July and everything. So you're all welcome to come. And she said the KUHS Roadshow will do a little live remote from there as well. Since my show's on, usually Deep Cuts on Saturdays, starting at 10 o'clock, we'll go live with Henry via remote from there and kind of promote having people come over. Once again, it's a great opportunity, and I guess the ultimate goal is to attract more students, correct?
Yes, yes.
Good.
And those that are familiar with the school choice process in DPS, it's highly competitive, and it's difficult, and especially during this pandemic. I think most schools are under-enrolled right now.
Yes.
We're in a pretty strong position as far as our enrollment, but what we would love to do really is to really become established in the neighborhood.
Nice.
And you know, our ultimate goal is always to strengthen and to enhance you know, our community partnerships, and we want to be a you know, beneficiary of the Athmar Park neighborhood.
That's awesome. And you know, it's a great opportunity. I see big things for this particular school, and I'll tell you once again, it's going to be a nice event. You know, we're trying to get more Indian type indigenous students in there. So if you know of anyone, or you're watching anywhere that you think you may want your son or daughter to be part of the school, what do they do?
They can contact us at our website, which is www.aiadschool.org, or my email address is Terry, Terri, at aiadschool.org. And the school choice second window is open now. We are a public school, so we are open to all students,
Oh, nice.
regardless of ethnicity, background, those sorts of things. And so, yeah, I mean, please contact us.
Now, if you know, a lot of people are still kind of afraid because of the COVID. It's not completely over, but they feel like maybe my kid needs to get back into school. But I think a small setting like what you're doing may work, you know, and I guess on your website you have the curriculum and everything on there, right?
We do. We have more information about the student experience at our school. We did open in hybrid in January. We had about 50% of our student population that were kind of in and out. And we did not have one incidence of COVID. We
Nice.
lucked out.
Yeah.
I think the hybrid model really helped in that instance. We do have, now that the vaccine is available for ages 12 and up, we have a lot of our students who are being vaccinated.
Okay.
And so we are planning on being full in person in the fall. It will be a small school though, right, 150 students.
Right, right.
However, we will be offering a remote option that is AIAD specific. So it won't be, DPS is offering a centralized kind of online
Right.
option for students. We will have an AIAD specific, because our curriculum is so unique
Right.
and special. We want to make sure that our remote students are offered a unique experience as well. So
Absolutely.
that is going to be an option for the fall.
Now, for maybe your group that's listening, I love the intro that you did. Why don't you talk to them in your language?
You know what? I grew up here. I don't know a lot. I'm Ojibwe.
Okay.
So I have a very limited, and that's what happens in urban settings,
Yeah.
right? So I know my traditional introduction, where you give
okay.
where you're from, and
Yeah.
also your clan and that
Right,
sort of
right,
thing.
right.
But I'd be very hesitant to
Okay.
to
To
give
just
much
roll
more
on,
than that.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. So once again, it's this weekend, this Saturday, right before the 4th of July. We want to invite everybody to go out there, and you know, this is pretty much most of the marketing that's going on for this. So We're going to have, you know, friends, family, and there's somehow down the line we're going to see that, hey, there might be a need for a certain student. And again, the grade levels are?
6, 7, 8, and 9 for the fall. Yes.
There you go. There you go, folks. And any more information, is there a number they can call?
Yes, our main number is 720-919-7559.
Now, there might be some organizations or some potential donors out there. Is there someone that they can reach out to?
I'm the best person to
all
reach out
right,
to.
there
Yeah,
you
we
go.
have a
Give
very
them-
small staff. We all wear multiple hats for sure, so I'm the best person to reach out to.
All right, there you go. Give them your email address again.
My email address is Terry, Terri, at aiadschool.org.
Wonderful, and I'll be looking forward to it. Should be hopefully it'll be weather like this, not too hot, you know.
Yeah.
But understand you're going to have some Mexican dancers, right?
We are. We're going to have folklorico and some break dancers. We'll
Nice.
have the danza azteca
Nice.
as well. So we have some, performers. We've got Paul, who's going to be.
That's me.
He's going to be DJing for us, and then again the lowriders. We have vendors that are coming, so to be selling traditional arts and crafts, and also some taco trucks and some other food vendors.
Yeah, I just thought it was important we get the word out there, and you know, we'll continue pushing it through KUHS. We wish you well in your future endeavors with the school. I think you're on the right track. I think it's important that we hold on to our roots, who we're about, and you pretty much spell it out that everything started with the indigenous people. You know, the mini malls that were made, that was happening way back, you know, in the days.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just the way it was. So there you have it, folks. Once again, Terry, appreciate you coming in, and we'll see you this Saturday.
All right, thank you.
All right, there you go.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome. It's KUHS, the stream, and once again, for those of you people like to get involved or be a part of the American Indian Academy of Denver, and they're easily located in South Denver. Once again, their address is, they're in the Athmar Park Center, 1865 West Mississippi, Denver, Colorado. And you need any more information, Terry's the lady, 720-919-7559. And hey, tune in. We're on KUHS, the stream. If you're watching us on Facebook, we're playing the music here. Once again, thanks, Terry.
All right, thank you,
All right,
Paul.
there you go. Bye,
Happy
everybody.
birthday.
Thank you. Thanks, folks. Appreciate you. There, he's off.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. That was.
You're welcome. I hope it was good for you.
It was.
Stop.
Just push those things.
Which one?